Published 0900s, the 30th of November 2017. Updated 0957s, the 1st of December 2017. Tens of thousands of British steel savers must make a crunch decision about their pensions in the next few weeks, as reports swirl about financial sharks moving in to loot their pots. Anger about fund valuations and confusing administration has mounted among members since the British Steel scheme shake-up was announced. Michelle Cracknell, chief executive of the Pensions Advisory Service, says emotions are running high. She explains the challenges facing members, and lays out what they should consider as they make a crucial decision about the future of their retirement savings. TPAS has just launched a free dedicated helpline for British Steel members. Find the details below. Crunch decision. British Steel savers have 3 options for their retirement savings. Michelle Cracknell writes, the deadline for members of the British Steel pension scheme to make a decision about the future of their retirement savings is fast approaching. The 22nd of December 2017, extended from the original the 11th of December. It is thought that 2/3 of members have not returned the option forms. Each member has received an options pack. The options are remain in the current scheme, which will move into the Pension Protection Fund on the 29th of March 2018. Move to the new British Steel scheme BSPS2 or transfer to a private pension. Those who have already started to draw a pension from the BSPS, or are 1 year or less away from the scheme's retirement age, have to choose between the first 2 options. Michelle Cracknell, it's been reported that opportunist financial advisors and unregulated introducers, financially unqualified middlemen, have been plaguing members. Pensions Minister and This Is Money pensions columnist Steve Webb looked in detail at these options in response to a reader's question. The best option will depend on whether you are receiving a pension already, the size of your pension, the time left to retirement, death benefits and inheritance issues for your spouse, and your other pension benefits. Around 4,000 widows and widowers who are beneficiaries of the scheme following the loss of their spouses have the same options as everyone else. Why do British Steel members face an important choice about their pensions? The saga of British Steel. Tata Steel started for its employees and former employees back in April 2016 when Tata announced its intention to sell its UK operations. It then became clear that the liability that the employer had for the pension scheme was a major issue. 18 months on, it is not surprising that members of the British Steel pension scheme feel nervous, angry, distrustful and emotional about their benefits in the pension scheme and the options that they have been given. Some members have been vocal on social media about the issues that they are facing, but there are also many members who may be confused and distraught but do not know where to turn for help. What are the problems this choice has thrown up for pension members? Factory gating. It has been reported that there are a number of opportunist financial advisors and unregulated introducers, financially unqualified middlemen who for their own financial gain have been plaguing the members to use their services. A dedicated helpline at 0207-932-9522 has been set up by the Pensions Advisory Service to assist scheme members. Getting high-quality financial advice is critical and is compulsory if your transfer value is £30,000 plus, where you are making a big decision about your pension. However, there have been suggestions that some of the advisors targeting British Steel pension members may not be applying the high standards expected of them when a member has trusted him/her with making a recommendation. This is compounded by the potential bias caused by advisors' fees being paid from the pension pot if a transfer is recommended. But the money needs to be found by the member to pay the fee if the advice is to stay in the current scheme, which will move to the PPF, or transfer to the new British Steel 2 scheme. Time limits. Members are aggrieved with the timescale that has been given for them to choose their options. Setting a deadline is always difficult because human nature does mean that people always leave the action to the last minute. However, where the members or their advisors need certain information in order to make a decision, it is understandable why the members are calling for an extension to the deadline. The deadline for submitting option forms is the 22nd of December, but administrators will still have until the 28th of March to process the instructions given by the members, and then members remaining in the current scheme will be transferred to the PPF on the 29th of March. Mail on Sunday. Personal finance editor Jeff Prestridge warns a new pension scandal could be in the making in a story about British Steel for financial advisor trade publication Foot Advisor. He quotes a reputable financial advisor from Port Talbot, who fears steelworkers are being wrongly advised to transfer pensions to private schemes, and describes steelworkers as lambs to the slaughter in a feeding frenzy by some advisors. Read more here. Members should therefore not be concerned if the money has not been transferred by the 22nd of December. Once you are in the PPF, you will not be able to transfer out to a private scheme, but if you move to BSPS2, that option will remain open to you in future. Acknowledgements. The administration of the British Steel scheme has been under immense pressure with the volumes of questions being asked of them. Unfortunately, this is leading to further unrest as members are reporting that there has been no acknowledgement of receipt of their option forms. The Facebook groups run by members recommend that people take pictures of their forms and email them to bs.member.consent@willistowerswatson.com as well. Further confusion has been created by the address given on the option form being in Worksop, but that given on the prepaid envelope being in Sheffield. The pension scheme says your form will be processed no matter which of the addresses you send it to. Change to transfer value calculations. These problems have been further compounded by a number of complaints against the scheme in respect of the change in the basis for calculating transfer values. This has led to members with broadly similar pensions getting significantly different transfer values if their calculations were done after the change took effect in 2017 than those who received valuations beforehand. This has added to the level of distrust, and emotions are running high. If you are unhappy with your transfer value, you must go through the pension scheme's complaints procedure first before taking the issue to the Pensions Ombudsman if you are dissatisfied with the result. What do you need to consider before making a decision? It is understandable why many members are finding the decision that they are being asked to make completely overwhelming. If you are a member of the British Steel scheme, here are some of the things that you should think about. Be aware of scams. With all the publicity that the British Steel scheme has had, there is a high risk that you have or will be approached with a proposal of how you can transfer your money out of the scheme to invest in a high-risk, high-charging and unregulated investment that promises high returns. Your pension is very valuable, and you should be very wary of offers that are made to you, especially where they're too good to be true. Ring our dedicated free helpline 0207-932-9522. If you have doubts about an offer, before making a decision you can't take back. Guaranteed pension. The option of going into the Pension Protection Fund or the BSPS2 scheme may result in you having a lower pension, but the pension is still guaranteed. A guaranteed income is very valuable. You do not have to worry about investments going up or down, so careful thought must be given before giving it up. Transferring out into a personal pension. If you are considering this option, be prepared for the ongoing work that is needed for managing your own pension fund. Even when you have an advisor who you are paying to look after your pension, you will need to meet with the advisor regularly to review your pension and make decisions about investments and level of income that you want to take out. You will have to pay a fee for this service, and you will have to spend your time. Personal situation. Your personal situation and priorities may be very different from that of your colleagues. It is really important that you do not follow what other members are doing. It may be the right option for a colleague, but it may not be appropriate for you. Benefits for your husband or wife. If you are married or in a civil partnership and die before your spouse, they will get 50% of your guaranteed income if you move your pension to the PPF or BSPS2. If you transfer to a private pension scheme, then should you die first, whatever is left over in your fund can be bequeathed not just to a spouses with the guaranteed income, but to children or other loved ones as well. It is worthwhile consulting your spouse about their wishes. Some may prefer to receive a guaranteed income even if this dies with them. Others will be comfortable about managing an invested pension portfolio, especially if this means any money that is left can be bequeathed after their own death. Using a financial advisor. There are some very good financial advisors who can go through the options available to you and make a recommendation. Only use financial advisors who are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority to conduct this type of work, and be prepared to pay them a fee. Ask for help. You may be feeling very confused about the options. It is really important that you do choose an option so that you know what pension you will have. A good place to start is to contact the Pensions Advisory Service. TPAS is a publicly funded organization that has pension specialists who can talk members through their options. Our dedicated and free helpline for British Steel pension members is 0207-932-9522.